Beloved essence of light, the angels have brought a whisper to your soul, one that comes not just as a message, but as a confirmation of something you've been quietly sensing for some time now. There's someone who cannot stop thinking about you. Yes, even as they move through their daily routines, wearing masks of normality, their heart is not where they pretend it is. It's with you. It always has been. But here's the truth, they're not ready to speak. They don't know how to tell you. Words get caught in their throat, pride clouds their courage, and fear builds invisible walls. Yet the thoughts of you are relentless. They come in waves, sometimes as sudden as a lightning strike, sometimes as soft as a morning breeze, but they always come. You may be wondering now, how can I be sure? What if I'm only imagining it? But what if I told you the signs are already there, surrounding you, whispering truths that your heart has long known? What I'm about to reveal may shift everything, because sometimes we don't need their voice to hear their soul. The first sign is this: you've been feeling sudden shifts in your emotions. Have you ever noticed moments where, without reason, a wave of nostalgia washes over you? You remember their smile, or the way they once looked at you, and then, just as quickly, you feel a strange longing, one that feels like it's not entirely your own. That's not your imagination, beloved essence of light. That's a soul reaching for yours in silence. That's their thoughts calling to you, and it doesn't stop there. Their energy lingers in the places you frequent. Maybe it's a favorite song that plays just when you needed to hear it, or perhaps you keep seeing their name in unexpected places, even in conversations with strangers. Coincidence? No. The angels say these are alignments, gentle nudges from the universe confirming that their heart is still tied to yours. But the next sign might startle you. Dreams. If you've been dreaming of them, especially vivid, emotional dreams, those are not random. When someone is thinking deeply of you, that energy often finds a path to your dreamscape. It's as though their subconscious is searching for yours, creating meetings in the quiet of the night. And when you wake, there's a feeling you can't shake, a knowing that lingers longer than the dream itself. Before we go any further, write this in the comments. I allow my heart to receive the unspoken truths meant for me. This mantra opens the space for clarity and connection. Now, continuing the message, the angels reveal that they've been feeling guilt. Yes, a deep, unspoken guilt. Perhaps they walked away. Perhaps they stayed silent when their heart was screaming for you. And now, they carry that silence like a weight. That guilt creates an invisible thread between your hearts. You may feel it as unease, or even a heaviness on certain days. That's because their soul is sending out signals, hoping you'll still feel them. There's more. Their behavior lately, if you've had any contact, may seem distant, inconsistent, or even avoidant. But don't be deceived by appearances. The truth is, the more they feel, the more they retreat. Because feeling for you exposes a side of them they've long kept buried. And facing that truth terrifies them. It makes them feel vulnerable, raw, and out of control. That's why they don't know how to speak. Not yet. Yet they are thinking of you, constantly. When they wake up, when they see something that reminds them of you, when they lie in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering, what if? Let me ask you this. Have you felt more connected to your intuition lately? Like your inner compass is quietly nudging you, whispering, pay attention. That's no accident. Your soul knows what your mind may still be trying to make sense of. You're connected to this person in a way that goes beyond time or logic. But that's not all. There's something even deeper happening. Something they don't even understand yet. They are starting to feel your absence in ways they never expected. It's not just loneliness. It's the echo of what could have been. And that echo is growing louder by the day. Even if they are surrounded by others, smiling in photos, or pretending to have moved on, the angels assure me their heart is not at peace. There's a restlessness growing inside them, a quiet ache that no one else sees. And that ache, it has your name on it. They might be trying to distract themselves, working more, socializing, staying constantly busy, but nothing fills the space where your energy used to be, because you are not forgettable. Your essence left a mark on their soul, and no amount of avoidance can erase that. And now, beloved essence of light, you're probably wondering, will they ever say something? Will they find the courage? The angels say, the soul speaks before the mouth does. These signs are proof that their spirit is already reaching for you. But here's something important. This message found you now for a reason. The timing is no accident. You needed this reminder. You needed this truth. And there's something more coming. A shift. A sign so clear, it will erase every doubt you've had. The angels are guiding their heart. They are preparing this person for a moment of awakening. A moment where silence can no longer protect them from the truth they feel. So now, I ask you with all gentleness, are you open to receiving that truth when it comes? Are you ready to feel everything they've kept hidden? Because what's coming might not be easy, but it will be honest. Beloved essence of light, if you're still here, it's because something in your heart whispered, "This message is for me," and it truly is. The angels have more to reveal, and what you're about to read may resonate in ways that stir your soul more deeply than you expect. Because while your mind may doubt, your spirit already knows. That person, yes, the one you thought of just now, is feeling your presence more than ever. Here's the second unmistakable sign. They are talking about you, but only to themselves or in circles they trust. There's something sacred about your memory that they can't explain. Maybe they've mentioned you to a close friend with a nervous laugh, pretending it's casual. Or maybe they say nothing at all, only letting your name echo silently in their thoughts. Either way, you are not forgotten, not even close. What they don't realize is that these small confessions, even the ones spoken in silence, carry energy. Energy that travels. Energy that you can feel. Have you ever had a moment when, out of nowhere, your chest felt tight? Or you caught yourself thinking about them with no trigger, no warning? That's the connection alive and pulsing between you. Now, before we go deeper into this message, I invite you, write in the comments, 888. This is the number of spiritual clarity, alignment, and divine guidance. When you write it, you're not just leaving a mark. You're claiming this energy, this truth, as your own. Now, continuing the message, there's a conflict building inside this person. One part of them wants to pretend they've moved on. The other part, the part they hide from everyone else, it aches for you. Their soul is restless. The routine they once clung to now feels hollow. The smiles they share with others don't reach their eyes like they used to. And when they're alone, truly alone, that's when your name surfaces most often. They may not even understand why you won't leave their thoughts, but the angels do. You see, when a connection is meant to teach the heart, it never fades. It becomes part of who we are, and that's what you are to them. A memory too powerful to bury, a truth too bright to dim. The angels also show me that their heart is being tested. They're being presented with situations that remind them of you, almost as if life itself is gently whispering, "Look again, feel again, don't let this go." Maybe they hear your favorite song in a cafe. Maybe they see your name written somewhere random. These are not coincidences, beloved essence of light. These are divine nudges. Here's something else they're struggling with. Regret. Not just a simple, "I wish I had done things differently," but a soul-deep ache that keeps them awake at night. They replay moments in their mind. What they said, what they didn't say, the way they looked at you and quickly looked away. They wonder, did she know how I truly felt? And the answer, dear one, is yes. On some level, you always knew. But let's talk about another kind of sign, the physical kind. The butterflies in your stomach, the random tears, the heart pounding for no reason. These aren't symptoms of confusion. They are signals. Your body is a vessel of intuition. And when the energy between two people is strong, your body knows before your mind catches up. Now, I gently ask, have you shared any recent thoughts or feelings about this person with someone you trust? Or even written them down in a journal? Because when two souls are connected, often what you express outwardly becomes the mirror for what the other is feeling inwardly. It's a sacred exchange. They think of you. You feel them. You speak of them. They remember you. And beloved, there's more. They've been looking for you. Not always intentionally, but in every face they pass, in every shared laugh that doesn't quite measure up. They are searching for the feeling you gave them, the safety, the acceptance, the fire. And though they may try to find it elsewhere, nothing fits quite the same. Because the truth is, your presence offered something rare, wholeness, but they are afraid. Afraid of being rejected, afraid it's too late, afraid that the bridge has crumbled and there's no way back. The angels say their heart is screaming, but their fear is louder, for now. Still, the silence is wearing thin, and the signs you're receiving, they're only going to intensify. That brings us to the most powerful truth in this moment. You are being prepared, not just to recognize these signs, but to decide what you will do when this person finally breaks their silence. Because they will. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. And when they do, they will need to see that it's still safe to speak their truth to you. But here's something important. Beloved essence of light. If this message touched your heart today, consider sharing your energy with us. If you feel guided to do so, a small gesture through the "Thanks a lot" button goes a long way. It allows us to keep bringing these messages of hope, healing, and angelic wisdom to those who need it most. Your light supports this mission more than you know. Let me ask you, have you ever felt that you were just about to hear from them? That moment where your phone feels like it's about to buzz? Or you glance at your messages expecting their name to appear? That's not fantasy. That's your intuition syncing with theirs. The pull between you is real, and it's building. And you must also know, you are not powerless in this. This is not just about waiting. It's about aligning. The more you care for yourself, the more you honor your own heart, the more magnetic you become. Because nothing draws another soul closer than your radiance when you shine from within. Beloved essence of light, the angels have asked me to speak to your heart today in a way that leaves no doubt, no lingering question. Because what's unfolding, quietly, invisibly, yet powerfully, is bigger than you might realize. This connection, this soul bond you feel with that one person, it's real. And what they're experiencing, even if hidden behind silence and distance, is far more intense than they'll ever admit out loud. There's something you need to hear. They are being spiritually awakened. And guess what triggered it? You, your energy, your love, your absence. And now, they are seeing the world differently. You may not know this, but your name comes up in their thoughts at the most unexpected times. In the quiet between conversations, in the stillness before sleep, even in the middle of joyful moments when, suddenly, their heart drops because you're not there, but something's shifting. The third unmistakable sign is this. They are being shown you through synchronicities. They keep hearing a phrase you used to say. A song that meant something to you both starts playing when they least expect it. A stranger's laugh sounds like yours. The universe is gently but persistently putting reminders of you in their path, and it's working. Because each time they pause, each time they feel, yet they're still afraid, still unsure how to step toward you. Why? Because they think you may have moved on. They fear your silence might mean indifference. But what they don't understand is that your silence was also born of pain, of having waited, of having loved quietly, of having hoped alone. And now, the angels are preparing the stage for something else. They are guiding them to see that their window to reach out is not endless, that soon they must choose courage or regret. But before we go further, I want to gently remind you of something important. If this message has touched your soul so far, and you haven't yet done so, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep bringing these angelic insights to more hearts like yours, and your support means more than words can express. Now, continuing the message, their heart is aching in ways they can't explain. They may smile during the day, but when the night comes and the noise fades, that's when the truth hits them hardest. That's when your name returns with force. They lie in bed, replaying everything, every word, every glance, every silence between you. Have you felt more restless lately? More emotional? Even without knowing why? That's not you alone. That's the energetic pull between your hearts, growing stronger, stirring your soul. You may have even felt a sudden need to cry or smile for no reason. That's the tether, the connection. It's very much alive. And now, a truth the angels are ready for you to hear. They've begun writing messages to you, not always literal ones. Some are typed and deleted. Others are just formed in their mind, imagining what they'd say if they had one more chance. Sometimes, they open your old conversations and read your words like scripture, looking for signs, for openings, for hope. And every time they do, their heart whispers, "Reach out." But their fear replies, "What if it's too late?" They want to test the waters, maybe through a casual interaction, a comment, a like, a message that doesn't reveal too much. But the truth is, the moment they make that move, everything changes. And they know it. That's why they hesitate. Because reaching out means vulnerability. It means risking their pride. It means risking your answer. But the angels say that very soon, something will push them beyond their fear. It might be a dream so vivid it shakes them. It might be a message from someone close to them that mirrors exactly what they need to hear. Or it might be a sign so undeniable that even their rational mind can no longer ignore the pull. This is what we call a divine setup. The universe is orchestrating events, creating a moment where they can no longer delay the truth. And when it happens, it will come suddenly, perhaps on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, or at night, when the stars seem unusually bright. But when it comes, it will feel like destiny calling. But let's not forget you in all this. Your heart matters, your healing matters, and you've waited. You've held space. You've wondered. Now, the angels want you to prepare, not just to hear from them, but to decide. Because when they come forward, they will be fragile. They may not say everything right, but the weight of what they feel will be in their eyes. And here's a question only you can answer. If they stood before you now, completely open, completely raw, what would you say? Would your heart soften, or would your pain speak first? The angels ask you to begin answering this now, because clarity will be your greatest strength when the moment arrives. There is still more unfolding behind the scenes. They've been asking the universe for guidance, even without knowing it. Should I reach out? Will they hate me? Will they ignore me? And the answers are coming in signs, in feelings, in dreams. Beloved essence of light, you are not imagining this. You are feeling it because it's real. Now, I want to close this part with one last gentle call. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. What part touched you the most? And if it feels right in your heart, your kind gesture through the "thanks a lot" button helps more than you know. It keeps this space glowing with light, truth, and healing. Beloved essence of light, if your heart is still open, still listening, still feeling, then know this: you are deeply loved, not just by the divine, but by the one whose silence has spoken volumes. And now, we arrive at the fourth sign, perhaps the most revealing yet, the sign that they are thinking of you not just in passing, but with a kind of longing that's transforming who they are. It's this: they are quietly following your energy. Perhaps you've noticed, someone viewed your story, someone liked an old post, someone lingered on your profile, but never said a word. That's them. They may not have reached out, but they are present in the shadows, trying to feel closer to you without stepping into the light, watching, wondering, wishing. They're scared to make a mistake, scared of saying too much, but their soul cannot help but seek yours. It's like a compass drawn to true north. Your energy is home to them, even if they've never admitted it aloud. And the more you shine, the more visible you become in their world, even if they try not to look. Because the light within you exposes something in them they can no longer ignore. The love they tried to bury is very much alive. Now pause, just for a moment, and breathe that in. You are the light they keep looking for in all the wrong places. And whether they whisper it to the night or hold it in their chest like a secret, they know it's true. Have you ever felt a sudden burst of confidence or peace for no reason? A wave of calm when thinking of them? That is not just yours. That's their energy, reaching you through invisible threads. In their quiet moments, they think of your strength, your kindness, your laugh. They wonder how you're doing, if you still think of them, if your heart still carries their name. But that's not all. There's a divine reason you're receiving these signs. You're not being teased by fate. You're being prepared, because their soul is beginning to remember something powerful. Love this true doesn't go away. It waits, it watches, it transforms, but it doesn't vanish. And now, beloved essence of light, we stand at a threshold. Something is shifting. The angels show me that the person you're thinking of is facing a choice. They've been living with a mask, trying to convince themselves that they've let go, but that mask is cracking. Every sign they see, every dream they have of you, every emotion they can't explain, it's pushing them closer to one truth: you are unforgettable. But before they speak, they must surrender something: their pride. And surrender is not easy. For someone who has built walls around their feelings, letting those walls crumble feels like falling. But the angels are clear. They are reaching their emotional edge. The moment is coming when silence will no longer feel safe. And when it arrives, beloved, their heart will lead them to you. But you must also be ready, not because you owe them anything, but because clarity, real, soul-deep clarity, is a gift you deserve. Let me ask you now, when they speak, when they finally say what's been held in their chest for so long, will you be able to see beyond the pain of the past? Will you hear their heart through the tremble in their voice? This is the real preparation, not just for their return, but for your own truth. What do you feel? What does your heart want to say? Before we continue, take a moment and feel into this next invitation. If you've come this far, it means this message is unlocking something within you. If it's touched your soul, if it's opened a space in your heart, consider leaving a thanks a lot contribution. It's not just a gesture. It's a ripple of gratitude that allows us to keep bringing these messages to those who need them most. Your kindness supports more than you know. Now back to the sign. This person may also be using distraction as a shield. Work, social media, busy routines. But behind it all, they're exhausted, emotionally drained from pretending. Because no matter how full their life appears, it feels empty without your energy. And here's something sacred. Your healing, your strength, your grace. It inspires them. They may not admit it, but watching you evolve, even from afar, lights a fire in them. It makes them question everything, their choices, their fears, their silence. They begin to ask, what if I had stayed? What if I had said what I truly felt? What if there's still time? And beloved essence of light, that's the moment the universe waits for. The moment when fear meets courage. The moment when the heart says, no more waiting. The angels reveal that a moment of divine timing is near. It could be sparked by a memory that hits them harder than expected, or a moment of stillness when your face rises in their thoughts with such clarity, it feels like you're right there. And when it happens, they won't be able to deny it any longer. They will feel the pull to reach out, perhaps not with perfect words, but with real ones, sincere, vulnerable, honest. And when that moment arrives, your heart will know. You won't need proof. You'll feel it, in your chest, in your spirit, in the stillness between thoughts. Because the connection you share doesn't need permission, it simply is. Beloved essence of light, here we are. If you've come this far, it's because your heart knows there is something more, something unfinished, something unspoken, something still calling. And now, the angels reveal the fifth and final sign. This is the most powerful one yet, not just because it confirms everything you've felt, but because it marks a turning point, one you've sensed, but perhaps feared to believe. The fifth sign is this. They are preparing to return, not just in thought, not just in memory, but in action. They may not know how or when or what words to use, but they know this. They can't go on carrying the weight of your absence. They are reaching the point where pretending is more painful than being honest, where the risk of vulnerability feels lighter than the burden of silence. This person, who has watched, dreamed, remembered, and regretted, is now being nudged by something greater than logic. A divine push, an emotional surge, an ache that says, it's time. And the angels want you to be ready, because when it happens, it may not look like a grand gesture. It may not come wrapped in poetic language or cinematic timing. It might be as simple as a, hey, I've been thinking about you. But behind those few words will be a storm of emotion, a heart that's wrestled with itself, a soul that chose to risk everything, just to say, you still matter. But let me ask you something gently. Beloved essence of light, can you allow yourself to receive what you once wished for? Because that's where many souls hesitate, not in desiring love, but in believing they're still worthy of it after all the silence, after all the waiting, after all the pain. But hear me now. You are. You always were. They are not just returning with words. They are bringing clarity, apologies perhaps, or simply a truth that they could no longer keep locked inside. And you are not the same woman you were when they left. You are stronger, softer maybe, wiser, definitely, but most of all, you are whole in a way that no one else could complete. And that changes everything. Their return is not about saving you. It's about meeting you, where you are now, in your strength, in your truth, in your peace. But here's what you must know. The moment they reappear, you will feel everything, not just love, but also the echoes of the past, the pauses, the unanswered questions. And it's okay. Let them come. Let them be seen. That's how healing begins. And now I want to give you a vision the angels showed me. They showed me a quiet scene. 2 people. One of them is you, sitting face to face. No audience, no distractions, just truth. Their eyes, perhaps uncertain, searching yours. A nervous laugh, a deep breath, and then words. Real ones. Words that were once buried under pride and fear. Words that finally rise because the soul can no longer carry their silence. It may not be perfect, it may not answer every question, but it will be real. And that, beloved, is what you've been waiting for. Now, before I close this sacred message, let me offer you this moment. If your heart felt seen in these words, if something within you found peace, confirmation, or strength, please share your energy in return. Leave a comment, a reflection, or simply click, "Thanks a lot." Your support not only uplifts this space, it ensures that more souls receive the messages they're praying for in silence. And if you haven't yet done so, subscribe to the channel. Because these messages are not one-time moments. They are part of an unfolding, a divine conversation that continues to reach you when you need it most. Now, as we close, the angels offer one final whisper. You are not imagining things. This connection was real. Their thoughts of you are constant. Their return is closer than you think. And you, beloved essence of light, have always been the light they couldn't forget. What comes next is not in your control, but your response will shape it. So be open, be grounded, be clear on what your heart wants and what it cannot accept again. Because this time, it must be different. This time, it must honor you fully. This message found you for a reason. The angels know your heart, and soon, so will they. Now, as I gently close, I leave you with this invitation. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I am ready to receive what was always mine." Share your story. Let your voice be heard. And if you felt held by this message, please like the video and subscribe for more guidance. Thank you for watching. And until next time, may your path be filled with signs, love, and truth.